Literally, McShane has the power 5 there. That's impressive. I didn't expect that, I'll be honest. Just because of his aggression, I thought that would, he's just going to be a liability, and I thought that would really come back to. It's got a little Ted Knutson-esque spider graph. I should use that more often, actually, the attributes. So that's interesting that that's gone up and those type of big teams in for him. Squad number 76. Okay, moving on. Stephen Passing Orders is currently injured. Currently undergoing treatment for a torn groin muscle. Expected to be out between 10 to 3 weeks. It's nothing major. This is the end of the season. It's late May, so I don't know when that occurred. We'll find out more on that. No international call-ups. Well, maybe not at under 21 level. He's capped at under 19. He is capped. So he's positive. He's patiently waiting for his injury to subside. So all those people who had concerns about his attitude, no, he's got no negatives. But is that to do with the fact that no one's interested in him, maybe? No one's interested in Stephen, I'm afraid. So maybe something's influenced his hatred for Brentford's, made him not perform here. I can't see too many of his stats going up. I'll find out on his injury. I've got a feeling he might be out for a long time. 3 goals, 4 assists, no man of the matches. A couple of yellow cards. We'll go to his injuries. No, he's had a torn hamstring as well. They can plague you, these hamstrings. If you get them young, you're going to get them a lot. Can't be afford to missing. The first 5 years from 16 to 21 is when you really need to develop. So losing 3 months at a time is going to be problematic. Maybe Aiden and Stephen, both with the torn hamstring, something's happened there with that altercation that Connor was alluding to. Maybe something did occur. And so Aiden and Stephen both missed 4 months of the season pretty much. But Stephen's last one just got the tail end of the season, and then by then he obviously wasn't in the first team or anything like that. Blood clot, Jesus. 0 days for a blood clot. You could die from that. So going back. Information. He's still on a youth contract. I've got a feeling Stevens refused to sign the youth contract. Because everyone else, I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen youth next to them. So maybe this hatred for Brentford's definitely kicking in. Information. Yeah. He's still on the youth contract. I can't believe that. So anyone could sign him. So his contract still runs till his youth one. Poor Stephen on £80 a week, and Dr. Chris is on 1,100. Poor. Okay, let's go on to Nick Technique Drum and Row. So penalty taking's gone up a little. Composure, concentration, off the ball. It's quite good. It's gone up 1. You take that. I mean, if you went up 1 in 5 years' time on all of them, you'd be pretty special. He's wanted by 5 clubs. He's been poached by England. See, this is why I didn't want to make everyone just not declared for a nation, because England is just going to come in and get us all. But he's already had 3, so he's the only one out of. And he was Greek, so this is typical. Because he's Greek, make sure we get him before Greek can take him. They always do this to the Irish players. So 3, that's impressive. 321 England games, and he's wanted by 5 clubs. 2,000 a week. You're on, Nick. Let's see who wants you first. See, he's got that continental flavour because of the different nationality. But that's interesting. And the first foreign clubs I've seen in for us, and they're the major ones. So it's interesting to follow Nick's career if he goes abroad, because I have set this game up as England, France, Germany, Spain, Italy. I think like the major 5 leagues in Europe. So we could travel abroad. Okay, let's look at his stats. Okay, he's 5 games. 5 6.6, fairly decent compared to everyone else. I think it's the best in terms of full team appearances. 3 starts, 2 subs. Just tick things over. Maybe he's one of those deep lying playmakers. He's the pre-assister. But can't read too much anything into his stats just because there's so few games. Let's see his attributes. It will love to see a little graph. Aerial. So he's well rounded. He's not dominant in anything too much at this moment. Obviously his work rate's going to be his strength. And techniques should push up all of this. I'm surprised it hasn't already. But if you're going by judging on the ratings, you think Stephen looks better. So it's surprising that England have captained 3 times. But I'll look into that. He's on holiday. Probably somewhere nice in Greece. Heard it's lovely that time of year. Ross Vision tie. No, under 21. He's so desperate. That's his career goal, but it's early days. Still 17. I'm interested in his. His hasn't seemed to have changed much. Because I remember Ross was the most interesting one in terms of a lot of his things were less than 10 and lots of things were higher. Injured. I forgot to check Nick's injury. I'll go back and check that. So view personal details. Ross also isn't wanted by anyone. I think because the 2 people who are currently injured dubbed the new Frank Lampard. Does that mean James likes him or is jealous? I'm confused. But I'm not sure Ross is going to be too pleased with that. Maybe he'll take it as a compliment. Dubbed the new Frank Lampard, yet no one outside of Brentford wants him yet, like compared to the other players that you've seen. But him and Stephen are the only 2 who haven't been wanted by teams yet. They're both injured. So I know in the game, teams or other computers don't want to buy players that are injured. So maybe the fact that he's injured means they don't want him. I'm only speculating. But let's have a look and see how many other injuries he had. So it's just 2 months for a current injury, and it ruled him out from just before Vegas until the end of the season. In a match, though. See, match injuries, it's a different breed when you go into the competitive world. Thigh strain. So he had a good 10 months, though, of development. So I'm surprised more of his attributes haven't changed. Ross will be able to tell me better than me. I don't think anything's changed. Maybe his tackling's gone up a touch. So it's only 11 months in, though, so we're going to develop at different speeds. See his career stats. 2 starts, 2 senior games. Well done. I think we've all at least made a senior start, which is good on Brentford's part, blooding us. And 6.35. None of us seem to have done anything in the game's mind other than get booked. Okay, so we'll go back and check out Nick's injury. Or maybe I did charge. I can't remember. Ooh, Nick's been out for quite a while. That's interesting. So Nick had the 2 months in a training, dislocated shoulder. It's not going to be those type of injuries, even though they're long and they can affect development. They're not going to plague your career, so it's not like a hamstring. But that happened right after pretty much I went into the simulation. So within a week, Nick was out for 2 months, which is unfortunate. And then he's come back. He would have come back early September, so he wouldn't have missed too much football because of all the international breaks. And then, surprised he's got 3 under-21 caps if he's been out for 5 months in a 10-month into the game. That's really odd. But I've got to think just because he was Greek, England just charmed him, and now they're going to throw him to the scrap heap. Especially the fact that it was an under-21, that makes it even more dubious. If it had given him an under-19, it'd been like, oh, fair enough, you know. The under-21, England snakes. That's what they do. Mark Dribble Beasley, wanted by 6 clubs, 1 under-Irish 21 cap, 12 for stamina's gone up. I think that's the only thing that's gone up. Everything else pretty much level from the last time, that is. We'll see the 6 clubs who want him. Ooh, QPR. Minor interest from Arsenal. QPR, Tottenham. Be interesting. We could get like 5 of us all at QPR. That'd be pretty cool. 1,000 a week. Spend that wisely, Bono. I know what you're like. Attributes. His little graph. Exhausted, typical.